Okay, minor keys and minor scales. Are they really different from major scales? No and yes. Very much the same, very much different. So let's get to the sameness and differences. C major is a rather simple scale to notate. It's just the letters in alphabetical order, nothing to take into account. And we got the same ease of accessibility, if that's the right word, for A minor. Remember when we talked about the notes on the piano that we start on A and that was the key of A minor, and that we used to play in minor a lot more than in major, which is why the piano starts on A. Well, anyway, A minor has the exact same notes that C major has, sort of. Because minor keys have a certain flexibility built in large part because of cultural customs, so to speak, what we're used to hearing. Because minor has a problem, one inherent problem. Now, if we take the chords, which are the same as in C major, because we've got the same notes, so the chords aren't different. Same notes, same chords, same difference. Now we have a minor 1, a diminished 2, a major 3, minor 4 and 5, major 6 and 7. Okay. Our problem is that even though we still have a tonic, just because it's minor doesn't mean it's not home, our dominant is not a major chord. Why is that a problem? Well, check this out. If I play C minor, usually in the key of C, our G chord would get us back to the C chord. So G would be our dominant. Now one very important note there is the note B. The third of G is B, which wants to resolve up. This is a note that's creating a lot of this tension that causes the chord to want to resolve. It's B wanting to go up. Right? Sounds really logical, doesn't it? Na, 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 na. Come on, what's gonna happen? Okay, so you can feel the tension there. Now, in a minor key, you don't get that same note. It's called a leading tone. It's leading back to the tonic. You don't get that. Now we got, which is, it's beautiful in its own right. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't create that tension, wanting to go back home. Right? Here's 5. I mean, it's not home, but it's not wanting to resolve quite as badly as it would if it was major. Even in a minor key, we can make the 5 chord major. And so for a harmonic reason, we ended up deciding to make the 5 chord major. So we can have our dominant tonic relationship back. So we can have this strong tension that wants to resolve back to 1. However, that means we end up with a different scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third of the 5 chord is G. Is the 7th tone note of the scale, which gets raised to G sharp. So, remember when I said we would reference numbers of intervals to major? Well, in a minor key we have a flat third, a minor third. So we flattened the major third to a minor third. And a flattened 6th, a minor 6th. And we would have a minor 7th, like we do here. But in this scale, we have a major 7th. And this scale is called harmonic minor. It's called harmonic minor because we altered this scale for a harmonic reason to get a dominant tonic relationship back. Now, the problem with that is, because this has a problem as well, of course it has. In classical music, centuries ago, music theory was more melodic than harmonic. So we were more interested in how one voice moves and plays note after note. And this interval between these two creates somewhat of a problem because it sounds like a third, even though it's not. It's the next note will be a second in an interval of a second, but it's 1.5 tones. So that's the distance of the A minor third. I'm not going to go into that too deeply, but for melodic reasons, this was considered to be problematic. And so the F, or the sixth note of the scale, would be raised as well. So F will be raised to F sharp, giving us a major sixth as well, giving us melodic minor. Okay? Classically speaking, you would ascend using melodic minor and descend using natural minor. But in modern music, that's not quite as relevant anymore. Anyway, what's important for you to know is that a minor scale has a 1, 2, flat 3, so minor third, 4, 5, and then there's some flexibility built into the minor key. You can have either the minor sixth or the major sixth. And you can have either the minor seventh or the major seventh. There's choice in a minor key, making a minor key a bit more flexible than a major key, although it's also a bit more sad. Well, that's subjective, that's not a fact. We would generally say it's darker, where major sounds are brighter, minor sounds are darker. Okay? So this is the fundamentals of minor keys, with harmonic minor and melodic minor added in. One more thing, if you know that A minor has the same notes as C major, then you can consider this. When you're in a minor key, if you want to know which accidentals to use, in this case none, but we'll get to that. If you want to know which accidentals to use, you can go up a minor third, or that's 1.5 tones, to get the key that has the same notes. So maybe I would ask you what are the accidentals in the key of C minor? You would take C, go up a minor third, C to D is one whole tone, then another semitone, you get to E flat, or D sharp, but generally you would use E flat. E flat, you see, you calculate which accidentals the key of E flat major has. It's 3 accidentals, B flat, E flat, A flat, and you'll see that the key of C minor has the same accidentals. So you can just write the letters and add those accidentals, and now you got C minor. You're done. Okay. Then we're gonna have one more homework assignment for you guys. A minor 1, major 6, minor 4, major 5 from harmonic minor. In the keys of C minor, F minor, B minor, and E minor. Calculate them, and next time you can see what we got.